Like I say, I'm very excited. This is a brand new plane for me, and I have yet to do a flight. So I'm going to be learning, and hopefully, hopefully I get some information from anyone in chat that's willing to offer. Because, like I say, I'm not a CRJ. I don't have much CRJ experience at all. I remember like 4 years ago, I think maybe 5 years ago, I flew the CRJ 200 in X plane, and it was difficult. So hopefully this one goes a little bit better. But good morning, 777 Bob, Iowa Scotsman. Hope you guys are well. We got it. We're just doing a flight from Salt Lake City to Vegas. Cows are mooing in the field. Yep. MFS 72%. X Plane 12 is in Alpha, I hear. We're going to be flying the CRJ 700. You do get, of course, the 550 and the 700 in this package. Golden Excellence, good morning. I've played around with the plane a little bit, like I said, but I haven't done a flight yet. So I've seen a few nuances that I'm curious about. We'll be doing a runway 34 left departure. This is the real world runway that's in use this morning in Salt Lake City. I am from Salt Lake City. I'm about 25 minutes from the airport via car. We're going to be doing the Arches 1 departure, the Milford transition, Stew, and then the Chow 1, which I've never done before. It's a brand new arrival. It's a brand new star into Las Vegas. And I'm actually going to change this. We're not going to land 19 left. We're actually going to do 26 left via Preno. So there's not going to be a lot of testing on the departure procedure because it's really pretty basic on that departure procedure. You want to do, at or above scant, as you can see here at 10,000. Just 1 second. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm just starting the lesson, so head out. Talk to you in a bit. Thank you for the present. I got a gift. He gave me a flashlight. Thank you. Bye, boy. So we're and again these are not difficult to follow. Scant at 10,000. Bees, man, how you doing? Good evening. Or Be Easy, man. I forget which one it was. Trilla at or above 190. Again, not too difficult to follow this. The real meat and potatoes of this flight in testing the CRJ how will it handle the Chow 1 arrival? Because there are some constraints here. Thank you for the follow. We got Ropalero to follow. The VATSIM events lately have been filled with CRJs. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Good to see you, Aqua. Busy man. That's right. Busy man. Yeah, that's right. Macy. Gonna have to. I forgot how to say busy. I'm just gonna busy. Busy. I'm just gonna call you Bees. So people are gonna call you Beesman. Here we need to be at Tattoo at between 9,500 and 10,500. Crolls below 9,000. No, sorry. That's a different transition. Yeah, Crolls below 9,000. And then Preno, we need to be at 210 knots and 8,000. So hopefully it does that. Yeah. So I also wanted to say thank you, 777 Bob, for becoming a moderator on the John Fly channel. I really appreciate you volunteering to do that, 777 Bob. So Thank you very much. And also thank you, Iowa Scotsman here today and Aquafunk for also moderating. All right. So, one thing I've noticed about this aircraft. Oh, and by the way, I just barely learned how to mimic chase plane in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Meaning now that I can hit the 8, I can hit the 5, I can hit the 2, the 1, the 3, the 4, the 7. I can hit the 0. I can now. This is a complete there's the sword love. Complete replica of chase plane, and I had never done this before on any aircraft, and I'm super excited that I figured that out. It's a long process, and a couple of videos on YouTube that taught me how to do it, and I'm super happy. I just hope that I don't have to recreate what I did to get that going. I hope it, through the updates of the simulator, it doesn't take out that customization. Or when I change to a new PC, hopefully I can export that whole configuration, because it did take a while to unmap certain bindings and put them all there on the keypad. So now I can say that this mimics chase plane and it mimics X plane as far as views. I'm super happy about that. What I've seen with the CRJ 700 is when you first turn it on, it's who knows what kind of state it's going to be in. In this particular situation, we got pumps on, air conditioning, fault lights on. We got a partial, engine display, ECAM memo. It's really weird that it comes in up in this state, which is not a cold and dark state, but it's also not a turnaround state. So we'll just go down here to the EFB and we're going to click the button. And over here on the aircraft, hello, Smoke Fan 101. I think your 777 Bob answered your question. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just about to go to, Bob. So I'm just going to hit the cold and dark, which is going to switch everything over to as it should be. If you want to start from a cold and dark situation, it depends what the default state is set to on the aircraft page. Well, as far as I'm concerned, that state that we booted up in is not an aircraft state that is listed here. Because the default state, it does say that it says ready for taxi, and that was not ready for taxi, I guess. So, but you bottom right, change default state. Okay, so when I get to a particular state, I can just hit that. Okay. And then it comes up. All right, cool. But yeah, hey Mad Wolf, yeah, it has been a long time. Yeah, it's good to see you. Hope you're well on the Wago vacation. Nice. The other thing that I had difficulty with in my few moments was switching when I did turn on the engines. The APU was on, of course, and I did the pushback, I did the whole 9 yards, I did the engine start. But then as soon as I turned the APU off, I lost the displays over here, and most of the aircraft went dead, even though the Gen 1 was in the auto position. And I don't know what I did wrong, but if I either turn the APU off or if I turn the APU Gen off, even though the Gen 1 and 2 are in the auto position, for whatever reason, I lost half the displays. And the engine's also turned off, which is really weird. It can't really do ready for taxi at default because it has to have engines. There you go. Well, the thing is I thought that you could click on ready to taxi and the engines do come on, though. But anyway. Were you a pilot at one point? Student pilot. All right. Well, we'll go through this. So I'm gonna do we'll do some performance planning first here. So I'm gonna click on performance, and I'm just gonna leave here at default 52 passengers, cargo is all, and I'm gonna change the fuel up to like 11,462. That gives us enough fuel to get to Vegas and our alternate, which is Ontario. I'm gonna click the set payload and simulator. We'll set these V speeds here in a little bit. I'm going to go battery on. Amazed on how you know all this. I don't know this stuff very well. If you do want to join me, I'm doing the real world flight plan today. That is, if you go to Flight Aware, you type in KSLC KLAS. It's the first one listed here, and I'll post it into chat. In fact, I'll just copy the SkyVector link here. But there, tell me if that SkyVector link works. That's the route there. All right, so battery's on. I'll turn the nav light on, and I'm gonna go ahead and at this point I'm gonna start. I don't necessarily need to start the APU. I'm gonna test ground power, but we will start the APU a little bit more prematurely. So I'm gonna hit the APU power button, and then I'm gonna hit the APU start, and then I'm gonna come down here to the APU gauge, and we're gonna watch the engine gas temperature rise and the RPM. Pretty cool. You can import a flight plan from SimBrief if you want. That would be pretty cool. I will probably do that in the future, but I need to know how to use this FMS manually, and then that way later on I can go to a more automated situation. But I do want to learn how to program the FMS, because there's a little bit of difference between it and the Boeings and the Airbuses, etc. All right, so it looks like APU's coming up. I love how I can go shift between those views. It's so handy. Okay, again, APU's on prematurely. I'm going to cycle the master caution and master warning. I'm going to come down to the FMC, and I'm going to click on the pause and knit button. And I'm going to put my spoilers to get out of the way of the keypad. We'll put those back later. KSLC. And then I'm going to hit the next page, and I'm going to take the GNSS1 position and then previous page, and then do the set position there. I don't know if I need to put in the gate necessarily. All right, so let's go to flight plan, KSLC, and we're going to Vegas, KLAS. Our alternate today here will be Ontario, California, which is quite a ways from Vegas, actually. So, okay, after that's set up, we'll go ahead and click the execute button. You can also pop out the screens to separate windows if you want by holding right Alt and clicking the screen. I think that'll be very handy especially for monitoring the engine and showing the stream the details of what's going on. That is pretty cool. Good tip there. Do you recommend buying the CJR at FMS Market Store or website? I bought it in the Microsoft Store. I don't know if there's a pro or con to doing so. I kind of like to keep all of my stuff in one consolidated vendor if I can. So having the ease of it to update and reinstall, etc., rather than having to go out to another website that's not incorporated into the sim. I don't know. What do you guys think out there in purchase land? All right, so we've done that. I guess we won't do our performance yet. We'll do departure. We're going to be doing the Arches 1 Milford transition. And we're going to be taking off from runway 3, 4. Let's do 3. We're going 3, 4. We're going north, so we'll do 3, 4 left. Yeah, Milford. Yeah, selected. Okay. You got it from Aerosoft? Okay. A benefit of through Aerosoft directly is faster updates. It's kind of like it's better to get X-Plane direct from Laminar than it is through Steam, because same thing. You get access to the betas earlier in if you have X-Plane direct versus Steam. It'd be the same thing. So I can see that as a benefit. But I don't mind going through the store, because sometimes, as we know historically, when a plane has an update, sometimes things break. And then there's a little bit of time for those quick hot fixes to happen on that update. And then it'll probably be released through the store after those initial reports. Maybe. I don't know. So there's a few things on this plane I think that need to be fixed already, but I really am enjoying this so far. Okay, so we're going to go back to the departure and arrival index. We're going to click on Las Vegas Chow 1 Stu transition. This is a brand new transition that I've never flown before. Very common arrival runway is ILS 26 left. And we'll just leave that in there. So I'm going to go to the legs page, go to the next page, and then I'm going to get rid of the discontinuity.
Yo, John Fly.
We got a follow. We got VM330 with the follow. Were you taking notes from TJ's stream? I know I was. Who's TTJ? Oh, Time to Jet. Yeah. Time to Jet. Yeah, he's very. When I told him, I was on his stream and I said, hey, how come the autopilot is not engaging? And he immediately, I mean, there was all these suggestions in chat. But he said, John, make sure that your yaw damper and mock trim and stab trim are all, in line down on the pedestal. Boom, worked. So that was pretty cool. But I still can't figure out why sometimes I turn off the APU and I lose power, even though my engines are on and the generators are on. It may happen today. I don't know. Okay, so just quickly looking at Navigraph chart again. I just wanted to see. I'm going to overlay the departure here. So there's scant. Okay, so it's interesting how it has scant there. I think something got messed up. So arches, Arch Trilla, Edith, and then the next page, Severe Milford. That scant should not be there. See how that popped up at the, that should definitely not be there. Can I just go like, next page. And there's Stu. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Stu and I'm going to write that over scant. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to take Stu and put it right after Milford for the discontinuity. That was weird that it did that. I must have done something out of whack. Okay, I think we're going to leave the discontinuity between vectors to intercept the ILS, and then we'll do the ILS. So we can leave that discontinuity in there. That's okay, right? I'm going to click on perf button down here, and then perf init. And then I'm going to cruise today at 3. I think you have to put in flight level here. So, oops. So I'm going to hit the clear button, hit flight level 300. Put that in there. We can even execute that. And then this is kind of cool. So I'm going to come over here to the EFB. And down here at the bottom, I'm going to copy the profinet data to the FMS. So I'm gonna click that button, and then I'll go back to the FMS, and boom, sure enough, all of the data's in there. So I think we're ready to go there from a FMS standpoint. Yeah, I think we are. Okay. So, learning. Let's go ahead and we can turn on the... That's interesting how the... Oh, there we go. Hydraulics can be on auto. Air conditioning can stay off. We're on the APU. Let's turn on the fastened seatbelt signs. And no smoking signs. Arm the emergency exit lights. I had the same problem with the power. I unbound any key bind that was like master power or battery power, and that fixed it. Ooh, that is exactly what my problem is. That I wonder if I can find that. My other question is, would it be the would it? Hey, we got a subscribe. Endeavor with the subscribe. Endeavor with the subscribe. Thank you, sir.
John Flyway.
So, are you still in the States or are you over in the motherland? Hope you're well. Thank you for the support. I do appreciate it. I am wondering if I can locate, if that would be something along the lines of master. Toggle master battery, Alt B. So you're saying, did you get rid of bindings that were like, do you think it was master battery? No, because it wasn't. The master battery comes on. And in your case, it was battery power, master power. Well, I would never use this command, so I could just clear that and then validate. And may as well do the alternator as well, because like I say, I will never watch. Some aircraft out there needs that. And then I'm going to put on toggle master ignition switch. That's the one you got rid of? Okay. There's the toggle auto fly master. I'm going to just, out of kicks and giggles, I'm going to put in battery and see if anything comes up. Okay, nothing there. What about generator? Generator's not even there. Okay, so I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to apply and save. And I'm going to go back to the plane. All right, I hope that works. Thank you, Golden Excellence. That's awesome. I really appreciate the help. Okay, so I think we're ready for pushback. I'm going to simulate a squawk code. So down here on this, I'm going to say we got a squawk code of, I got to click on ATC. Let's say 3274. Oops. $32.74. Now, how do I get it out of standby? Because if I click on this, my altitude is on. Is this automatic? Does it detect when the aircraft is airborne and switches that on? That'll be handy if it does. Let me know. CRJ is a fantastic aircraft, but challenging, missing the auto thrust. Yeah, you have to, I guess you have to watch your speed through pitch control, etc. I kind of wish, I mean, it's crazy to me that a modern jet does not have auto throttle. The Dirt's with the subscribe, almost 4 years. 47 months from the Dirt's. Thank you, the Dirts. I appreciate you and your support, and thank you always for taking care of Snack Air FBOs. It's really appreciated. I really, really do appreciate you filling our FBOs with fuel and supplies. It's very kind of your time, and time is valuable. It has speed mode on climb and descend, but once you level, you have to watch the speed. Yeah, through the throttle, I'm assuming. So, okay. I think we're ready for pushback. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So take a quick look-see here. I'm just going to hit Shift and then P. Bring in the And also notice that if your pushback is going very slow, you'll want to come in here and remove the wheel chocks. And you're also going to want to set your parking brake. Is period parking brake by default on the keyboard? You say modern, yet all the screens are CRT. Well, that's a good point. But how long ago was the CRJ 550 produced? And does the CRJ 900 have auto throttle? Because those are relatively new. If you're going really slow, just turn off your parking brake and then all of a sudden start going fast. Again, this is my home airport, Salt Lake City, where I live. Does it have a nav mode? Yes, it does have a nav mode. Yeah, we're gonna be testing that on the with the FMS. The CRJ 1000 has LCD displays, but not an auto throttle. Huh. I'm delaying engine start here for a moment. Just enjoying the pushback. Okay, Shift P to end that. Got another subscribe. We got DMB Bird 48 with a 50-month half century.
OSNAK, good day, John and chat.
DMB Bird 48, thank you for 50 months, half a century. I really appreciate that. I feel like I know you long-term subs. I want to get together sometime. Hopefully in 2021, 2022, 2023 we can get together. I really hope that. All right. So, I'm going to turn on the left boost pump and the right boost pump. Apparently, I'm supposed to also turn on the cross-flow auto override. I don't know why. When capturing an ILS, make sure you switch from FMS to loc, otherwise it won't capture correctly. It is a bug. Thank you, Digital Giraffe, because I'm going to be doing the ILS 26 left into Las Vegas, and I'll be wondering, why is the loc not being captured? With that being said, I better learn where the nav source is. Is it going to be this nav source up here? Or is it going to, how do you change? Is it down here? One thing I learned is that you can push this down, which is nice. Left knob panel. So is it here, Endeavor? Oh, nav source right there in front of me. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. That's very good. I'll have to remember that when we're doing the ILS. Okay, so at this point, I believe. Let me catch up with chat here. In that radio window with the TCAS, press the lower third on the right button to get the TCAS page to turn on alt reporting. In the radio window with the TCAS. The radio window with the TCAS. Because this is the radio window. Oh, TCAS right there. Press the lower third. So right there, TCAS. And then we want it to be on, okay, so altitude is ABS. Mode auto. Traffic is on. Did that all look good? I think that looked good. Good point, Endeavor. Windshield heat on. I think low will be fine. Probes on. And recirculate. Would you turn the recirculation fan on before engine start, though? Can you switch your hydraulics switch back and forth? Mine only went to on, and I could not switch them back. I can switch the hydraulics back and forth. If you can't switch your hydraulics back and forth, you might have a key binding in the way, or a joystick binding in the way for like nose wheel steering, maybe? I don't know. Don't remember if it's before. Yeah, I don't know if the air circuit is before or after engine start. nevertheless, we're gonna go ahead and I think if I remember correctly, we want the N2 to be 20%, and then we can engage and go to idle down here. Any basic tips? I'm gonna say watch the stream, and because chat is teaching me, Twitch chat is teaching me a lot, so we learn a lot here. N2 above 20, and then throttle to idle. Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna start the right engine. I'm gonna hit start. I'm gonna come down here. There's 6%. There's 10%. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And there's idle. So we can, if I hold down Alt and I hit that, we can monitor this up nice and large. Twitch chat. Yeah, exactly. Twitch chat. Yeah, the citation is great, isn't it? The working title. Yeah, it's good. It's pretty good. Apparently you can be a bit above idle endeavor. I guess it's okay. That's what I learned on one video that I watched, but I could be wrong. I know I'm just above it. I don't want to take it back accidentally to cutoff, but I don't know. Is the engine looks like it's starting okay. Supposedly there's a tutorial flight included with this aircraft that might be worth doing. I saw that, and it's very comprehensive. I mean, it really is soup to nuts on that tutorial. And I don't know where the phrase soup to nuts where it came from, but it's a very comprehensive tutorial. And it would be difficult to do it on stream, but anyone that wants to really learn the ins and outs of the aircraft, that they should do that tutorial, absolutely. And it took me a little while to find it because it wasn't in my Aerosoft CRJ directory under my roaming profile. It was in like under Steam and packages, and it was a weird location. All right, let's start number left. My screens don't pop out like that either. Maybe I need to reinstall. Are you holding down the right Alt button, Bird? Hold down Alt right and you get the plus sign. See how it changes from a cursor to a plus? Do you get that or do you not get that? SMT Ottawa, hope you're well. I think you'll be surprised they use both. I'm a little bit late on that one. That one I might be on idle. I also learned how to map that to scroll to the left and right with the keyboard. Yeah, that's just a bit above idle as well. It looks like it's okay though. Right Alt or Alt GR on EU keyboards. There you go. Put the spoilers back in. I don't like how the spoilers block the keypad. That's really annoying that I can't click those keys when the spoilers are fully retracted. Is that like the real aircraft? I saw a couple of those by the dude Golden Excellence, and there was like 5 guys that really have done a comprehensive job on this plane, but there were some differences in how they did things, which I found interesting. But there's some real world pilots. And of course, the other night when Time to Jet streamed, he's a CRJ type rated pilot. So why not make a view that avoids the spoiler handle then? Well, you could do that, but I mean, you're talking about come to the side maybe then like this. That's actually not a bad idea. Because when you're programming, it's just weird to me to program it at an angle, so I got to learn how to tilt that. But yeah, that makes sense. Crash a Distal, how are you? There's the Discord. Oh yes, .net.dev. Absolutely. We got, I believe we got 3 spots left in the poker tournament. It's free money, people. free money. $100 prize pool. We got a subscribe. We got Jackson.
Happy 11 months, John.
We got Jackson S with the subscribe, 11 months. Almost a year. Thank you, Jackson S. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the support. I appreciate that. That's what you did from the side, Ryan? Okay, awesome. But all the CRJ streamers I found are typed in the CRJ2. It'd be nice to get a CRJ7, 9. That's true. That's true. And I can guarantee that all of the people who are typed in the CRJ2, it is by far not their favorite aircraft, from what I've gathered. All right, we do have a ECAM map. I don't know if you'd call it an ECAM, but we do have a status here that the mock trim, stab trim, and yaw damper are not on or not in the right position. So if we hit, I guess we can't do mock trim until the stab trim's in. And then we click the yaw damper, and we still have an ECAM for yaw damper. So how do you get the yaw damper light to come off? Jackson S, I am doing very well. Happy to be trying this aircraft. I've seen people get the yaw damper light off on the ground, so you do not need to be airborne. And it's kind of interesting that the yaw damper is engaged, because normally I've seen people in like this, like Max when he flies, I think he does yaw damper after departure. Maverick 323, 32 months. Oh, I'm not aligned. Oh my gosh, that's a big no-no. You're right, I forgot that part. Uh-oh. So I need to come down here. Are we gonna have a problem? So there's the IRS to nav. Are we gonna have a problem with everything? Because I did a nav alignment back from the gate, back from the original init position. Yeah, I've got it on instant. Yeah, I think all the hydros are on. Yeah, you can change on the... Yeah, I changed it to instant on the iPad before the stream. So yeah, all the hydros are on. I think we can turn this... I'm not sure when you turn off that crossflow auto override. But now that the nav is aligned, I wonder if we can hit the yaw damper. Yep, yaw damper light gone. Thank you, guys. Once on the runway, when you push the hidden click point, it'll reference the runway. The hidden click point for Toga, or the hidden click point for something else? I know about the Toga click point. The switch might just be arming the yaw dampers, and they're not actually activated. Okay. I just wanted to get rid of the light. Also, continuous ignition for takeoff. Okay, I saw that continuous button up there. Getting a little hot in here. It's getting hot in here. All right, so at this point we're gonna do flaps. I should have done beacon already. I apologize. Beacon, we can turn the taxi lights on. I'm also gonna do flap position 8. And now here's the point, guys. Here is the point where in the past I have turned off the APU and I've lost power to the aircraft. Again, even though Gen 2 is in auto and Gen 1 is in auto. Now, the gentleman who was in here a bit ago, he probably still here, Golden Excellence, said that if I unbound the master battery and the etc. from a keyboard binding, I might be okay. But as far as you guys can tell, if I turn this APU off, am I going to lose, or am I going to be okay right now? Flap, oh, you do flap 1 for taxi and flap 8 for takeoff. Okay, that's good to know. I'll have to remember that. You will be okay? Okay, well. And then do I just hit available power off, or do I... Yeah, I'm just going to leave the gen in auto. I mean, your engine gens are auto, so turning the... Yeah, but see, the problem is, Ryan, I've had it turn the plane off. Like, half of the plane's turned off in the past. So the start stop first, maybe because I was just hitting the power button and it wasn't being able to do the transfer. All right, here we go. Here we go. I have faith. And then power fuel to close the lid on the back of the plane. Okay. All right. I turned off the APU. I hit the power. Yes! Maybe it was because I was turning off this in the wrong order. Or maybe it was, I mean, I think we're good. All right. Now again, does this thank you guys for the help on that. The cross-flow auto override, is that something that you guys leave on until after takeoff, or do you turn that off now? Is that just for engine start? I don't know. Okay. I think we're ready. Okay, so we can come back down here. Add some power. Stays on man until after takeoff. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Endeavor. You guys are awesome. Idle thrust on that craft is strong. Easy runaway. Someone said that they actually taxi at 10 knots sometimes. Or no, they don't take turns at more than 10 knots, I guess. Is the nose wheel steering kind of... It's in the armed position. Just doesn't seem like that wheel is moving. Even though the plane's moving, it doesn't... Seems like it's kind of in a locked position. My webcam blocks some of that view, doesn't it? Use left, right on the joystick for nose wheel. Left, right on the joystick. Oh. Oh. Thank you. I didn't even know that was an option. So that's turning the nose wheel? Wow. That's convenient. That's not realistic though, right? How do they steer just with they don't... Oh no, they have a tiller. Yeah, they do have a tiller. The tiller is way under the EFB, it looks like. Huh. Very cool. That's pretty handy that you can steer with your joystick, because sometimes you just... I mean, guys that don't even have rudder pedals can get away with a nice taxi. All right, we're going to 3-4 left. Yeah, evidence, please. Yeah, same here. I absolutely didn't know that. Your nose wheel steering isn't armed. That's why it may be acting this way. That's what I saw, that it wasn't armed. Wonder. I'm taxiing fine, so I'll probably leave it as is. But is anyone on? Is there anyone that's on the fence about this aircraft? And if so, what are your reservations? Just out of curiosity. Taxiing a little bit fast. That's pretty cool, steering with the joystick. I like it. You just got it, Scotty P? Awesome. We should do a group CRJ flight sometime. In fact, is there anyone in Twitch chat that is actually loaded up here at Salt Lake City? I'm on the US West server. I was never on the fence, bought it day one. Yeah, I bought it day one as well. But this is the first opportunity to stream it, fly it, and learn from you guys. The left-right joystick also works on the A32NX. Oh, does it work just with the mod? The A32NX, is that what's referred to as the mod? That's good to know. It works in conjunction with the pedals. It's not the rudder. Okay. Dan in Vermont is on the fence because I've seen several people have a really bad time with it. Okay. I've seen a few people have some issues, but I haven't seen anything that was a deal breaker for me in particular. But again, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it. The question is, will I certify it as VATSIM or Pilot Edge certified? Will it be John Fly Pilot Edge / VATSIM certified? Meaning, do I have confidence that it will fly a SID and a star? And even though as a pilot you should be able to fly a SID and a star manually, sometimes I want automation. I'm a child of the magenta, unfortunately. Still setting up views and controls. Scotty, I learned how to do this finally, to mimic chase plane and X plane. Like, I hit the 8 on the numpad and it goes up there. I hit the 5 and it goes to the I call it the MCP, throttle view, FMC, pedestal, lights, everything close up here. I mean, finally got it to mimic chase plane. It took me forever. You're gonna buy it this week. Pick a 5 string. Nice. It won't fly the star since it has no VNav. Wait. It won't follow the altitude constraints on the Chow 1 arrival into Vegas? Well, you have to fly you have to fly the VNav manually? Really? That's the plane though, right? Oh. Wait a second. Now we have conflicting Twitch chat. Someone says yes it will. Golden Excellence says he's done it. You can turn on the VNav button in settings. Oh, is it kind of like a hack? Oh, I want to turn that on badly. Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Yeah, you can fake it in the iPad, but the plane doesn't have it. All right, I want to fake it. So is that in the options then on the iPad, the EFB? Okay, my pride is not large enough to get in the way of faking the VNav. That's my next bumper sticker is I fake VNav. Fly it like intended? No. When you're streaming and you're in a VATSIM event, you need to hit those constraints. Because we know if it was the real plane, it would be easier to control the vertical navigation. But in the simulator plane, I don't know. Cajun Cacti with the 39 months. FMS gives you the vertical speeds and top of descent. Ooh, I need to find out where that is. All right, let me bump up the power here a little bit. Cajun Cacti, thank you for 39 months. Here you are. Here you go showing a new plan and end up making me spend money. I know, isn't it crazy? D Money's 327, my good friend from Texas, has made me spend so much money on ham radio in the last few months, but it's just payback because I've made him spend money, and I don't know. Can you imagine the total dollar amount that Twitch flight streamers have caused? There's probably some sort of economic index that follows how much Twitch chat, interacts with the flight sim economy, the market. And I'm gonna need to learn where it gives you the VS speeds. We got some follows coming in. We got HDMI 4 cable and Dianon Force with the follows. Thank you, gentlemen, ladies. And Ryan67 is with Endeavor. He wants me to fly it naturally. I need to learn where. Okay, so maybe describe to me where those VS speeds would be listed. Go buy a new driver or putter so we are even. Yeah. Well, it's hard. I got a tailor-made M6 driver, so it's difficult for me to go get a new driver. And my Scotty Cameron putter is, it'll be really hard to give up. Made me. Exactly, Aqua. You really have to pull back the stick on takeoff. Don't think of tail strikes. Okay. And that's the other thing is is the stab trim automatic? Or should I change it? Aviator himself, how you doing? Good day, good Saturday to you, Aviator himself. Where are you from? The legs page will give VS potentially. Okay, you're in the A32NX right now. All right. In the direct slash intercept page, there it has an advisory VNAV. All right. I do like the M6 driver. Yeah, I have M6 irons as well, Maverick. I have the M6 gap wedge even. I played on Thursday down in St. George in southern Utah, and I had a great time. I played at a course I'd never played at before called the Ledges. It was absolutely gorgeous. I should post a picture of a couple of the holes onto the Discord. Had a really good time. I love scrambles. It was a 4-man scramble tournament. I just love scrambles. And then 4 or 5 TH on the left. Okay, I bought last year's ping driver. Nice. I've never owned a ping anything. I did borrow someone's ping putter once, and it was one of those old ping putters that had that distinctive sound when you hit the ball. All right, we'll play around with the top of descent and the VNAV page. Getting fancy when you have a gap wedge. Yeah, it's a tailor-made gap wedge, and I typically hit shots 1 to 2. Like the average golfer, when he's using a 9 iron, I'm using a 7 iron. But I know my yardages, right? But it is interesting how I hit 1 to 2 clubs different than everyone. In not in a good way. So my gap wedge, when I have like a 90, 95 yard shot, I use my gap wedge. Whereas other people, 90, 95, they'd probably be using a 56 or a 60. Oh, probably a 56. All right, we've been cleared to line up and wait. Gorgeous. It's really cool that you can steer with the joystick. Yep, having fun with the ham radio hobby, having fun with the flight sim hobby, and also having fun with the homebrew hobby. I just bought my first keg. I did my first keg racking last week. It's in the chest freezer. I did the transition to kegging. I can't believe it. Hopefully the beer is okay. I'm supposed to try it next weekend. It'll be on 12 psi for 2 weeks. I might try it at 10 days to see what if it's carbonated at 10 days on 12 psi. All right, line up and wait. I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna turn the landing lights on, strobe light on, beacon nav is all on. After takeoff, I'll change that to auto on the cross flow. I'll probably want to put the flight directors on. Yeah. And I probably also want to put in an altitude. Let me just see what the restraint is here. It's basically just cross scant at or above 10,000, so there's really no... I can really just go all the way up. I think on ATC they might give you a climb and maintain, but it's a little bit difficult to get this. There we go, 300. Oh, flaps 8, that's right. Flaps 8, thank you. And go get a few lessons. There you go. There's a new game format on PGA 2K21. Divot Derby. It's a blast, up to 20 players. Oh, that sounds fun. I showed my friend 2K21 the other night, and he says, I have this on my Xbox. I'm like, oh, well, then yours. He goes, but yours looks better. You should hit 7 iron at least 150 or more. I do hit the 7 iron 150, but my buddies it can hit the 7-iron 165, 170. I can't hit. I hit a 7-iron 150. Make sure to enable speed mode after takeoff, otherwise it's going to climb like a rocket. Click the screw for takeoff mode. Okay, so we're going to click this top screw for toga, and we want to go into speed mode. I think my V speeds are off, so I'm going to go to the EFB. I'm going to go to performance, and I'm going to say set all. And then hopefully when we come down here, yeah, there we go. We got V1 132, VR 132, V2 140, and then V2 plus 10 is 150. So is that set somewhere, or okay, 150 there. All right, speed mode. I'm with John. When I golf, I hit a club or two below everyone else. Helped with my accuracy. Yeah, I know my yardage. That's the advantage. But I guess I'm casting. So when normal people, they're coming down and they're striking maybe on a downward angle on the ball, whereas I'm already probably on my upswing. I'm probably not staying down on the ball, and that's why. But XC5 crew chief, how you doing? All right, so I think we're all ready to go. Turn on FD to use toga. I believe I did turn on FD, but did it turn off? It did turn off. Oh, when you hit the FD on the other side, does it turn off on this side? Oh, wow. The FD does both. I thought I had to do the first officer and the captain side FO differently. All right, here we go. Oh, I'm going to line up the heading mode too. Okay, here we go. Top screw. Oh, continuous ignition. You guys are so good. Here we go. Here we go. I guess you probably should get up to a certain speed before you hit the screw, huh? That's not working. Do I have to maybe get up to 40% before I can hit toga? Click middle of the heading to sync. Oh, that's handy. The screw is not setting the thrust. Okay. Well, the screw is supposed to do toga. Set throttle to toga. I mean, I could do that. It's a while before V1. No, screw is toga mode, not auto thrust. Oh, okay. It's not like a Boeing. Okay. Okay, we do have a positive rate. We'll go gear up. Okay, I'm going up to flaps 1. I think I need to do a vector. Yep. So I'm in heading mode now. Oh, you know what I can do? I can actually... Yeah, I can use my real sim gear. Is there Salt Lake City scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator? Okay, flaps clean. I didn't even know there was Salt Lake City. Who's it by? Keep that turn going.